everybody to this installment of Live Your Dream Monday. Today I have with me special guest dreamer from Share Your Dream Friday, the great Dr. Erica Goodstone. How you doing today, Erica?
I'm doing great. As I had started to say earlier before this began, I'm in sunny Florida, except it's extremely dreary. This whole week it hasn't stopped raining, and it's dark here.
Well, it can only get better from there.
Right.
So
But it's
tell
a
us,
good
Erica.
incentive, a really good incentive for me to just stay in and do some work.
Yeah, it's a good motivator to put your head down and get some things done for sure.
Right.
I think if I lived in Florida, I'd easily be deterred by the outside and the sunshine and things. I'd have to close my curtains,
Right. It's
hibernate a little bit.
easy.
So tell us, Erica, what's been happening since you shared your dream on Share Your Dream Friday?
Well, that was a huge experience for me to actually put that out to the world, what my dream is, that I want to help men and women heal through love. And I was thinking globally, and then what happened is immediately two local people contacted me for a session, a consultation, series of
Hmm.
sessions. I was expecting people from far away, but they came from local. And then I've been involved with uh, another worldwide group, braveheartwomen.com, with Ellie
Hmm.
Drake. I'm in her year-long mentoring program. And I went to an event. She was doing a national tour all across the United States and Canada and also in Europe. And she started in Florida. So I went to the first meeting that they had, and then I connected with a local group. So it was the second local opportunity. And this is called Women's Prosperity Network. Three sisters that started this amazing group with the motto, we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. So
Wow.
finally, for the first time, really probably the first time in my life, I'm surrounded with support. And local
Wow.
support. I've been connected online with Tribe Syndication Association, with some of my professional organizations and other directories and websites, and it's been international. So it is such a treat to have local support, people I can connect with and meet in person and share and mastermind with. I've also had a mastermind group going for years, and it's interesting about a mastermind group that as we share, we're all working through our own issues and coming to a stronger place. So my putting out my Dream Friday affected my mastermind partners. So it's all working beautifully.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
yeah, and in the process, this happened from writing on Alex Mendozian's, I think it's called Productive Today, his Facebook page, where I was
Hmm.
writing a lot and connecting with a lot of people. Well, somebody who had also taken his training became a publisher and created this phenomenal book, which is going to be a series of books, called Adventures in Manifesting. And the first book that I'm in is Adventures in Manifesting Success and Spirituality. And my
Wow.
chapter is called Awakening Love. So I'm just going to show a picture of
Cool.
it. Hopefully you can see it here. Is that good?
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so this is a real adventure. I haven't received the books yet. They're coming
Hmm.
any day now. And there are 30 authors in there, including well-known Brian Tracy and a couple of people from The Secret, Dr. Fred Allen Wolf and
Hmm.
Joe Vitale, and then other writers, some of them well-known from around the world, all talking about how they have manifested success. So I'm just thrilled with that.
Wow, that's amazing. There's so many things have happened since you shared your dream. And
And
although we love the power of the internet to connect with people from around the world, there's nothing better than meeting face to face and having that personal connection and support right there in your backyard.
right,
So,
and one of the people that I connected with, who's my like a mastermind buddy now. I went to the first meeting of this Women's Prosperity Network, and I was sitting at a table talking about that I was in this tribe syndication association. And this woman said to me, oh, maybe you should speak to my husband because he's involved with something. And I had just that day sent him a friend request on that tribe syndication association, and they live right here in South Florida. So I connected with him, and we keep each other accountable every 2 weeks.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of nice supportive connections happening. And
Great. Oh,
one more, I have another book that's coming out. This is coming out on November 11th at the Braveheart Women Rise event in Los Angeles. And this book is called Braveheart Women, and this is about 25 women telling their stories. And I believe my chapter is Healing Through Love.
awesome.
So it's a lot going on.
Yes. So many amazing things happened since you decided to tell the rest of the world what your dream was. That's great to see those things showing up and manifesting in people's lives. But as we know, when we do go through these great breakthroughs and have these great opportunities happen, they don't come without some things that may be trying to derail us or keep us off track, or we call them obstacles or challenges. I just think of them as other possibilities show up. And maybe you could share. Maybe you've had one or two things that have happened along your way. You might want to share with the group here, and tell us how did you move through those or around those or work on them as they showed up.
Well, I would like to say, no, I haven't had any challenges or problems. It's just all smooth, and I'm just in a book, and it's not quite like that. I watch these, I don't want to call them gurus, these leaders, leading marketers that want you to do something, write your book in 2 hours or less, and all of these great tales of success overnight and make your book a bestseller. Well, I haven't found it working like that. When I've done some teleseminars, maybe I had 8 people on the call rather than 1,000 people. But what I've been learning from all of that, so what would happen is I would get discouraged. I'd have a few people and I'd say, oh, it's not worth it. But I didn't understand, because they don't teach that they didn't have 1,000 people the first time they did it. They may have had one person, maybe just their mother or their friend. What happens is you put it out there, and you put it out, and you put it out, and then you invite people, and you connect with people. And then another aspect that I didn't understand, I thought that here I have so much to say about love and relationships, but I'm not famous like Catherine and Gay Hendricks or John Gray, who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, so why would somebody want to listen to me? And then it dawned on me, because I've mentioned some of these people's names to people, and they never heard of them. And I'm thinking that they're famous. I'm sure some of them are famous, but I'm thinking that everybody knows these people, and everyone has that information, and they all just want to go to that one great person. And it turns out they don't even know them. And here I am at a local meeting, and somebody is in the process of divorce, depressed, can't get out of her own way to find a relationship. And if I meet them and they see who I am and they feel safe, that's who they want to go to. So I'm finally understanding that concept that we want to go to someone we know, like, and trust. And so I'm finally feeling freer that, yes, I do have a message. Yes, I have an awful lot of training, and there are people that want to hear, not only want to hear, but could really benefit from what I'm offering. So that's a real breakthrough for me. And with the
Awesome.
the one area that I didn't realize I hadn't done, everybody has these huge lists, and I have hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of business cards from all the events I've been to, and I never entered them anywhere because I didn't know how to do it, and I never hired someone to do it. And finally it dawned on me how come I get all these emails from other people? How come they have such successful lists? And finally I realized, boing, I have to enter the names and invite people. So
Yeah.
finally I started. I didn't understand that you don't have to spam people, that you can invite them and then it's up to them if they want to join your list. And what happened is I invited people. I'm starting with the local people. And several of them said, oh, please, yes, put me on your list. And I didn't expect that.
Hmm.
What I've gotten in the past from some of my professional organizations is I might send one email out about some event, and a couple of people, only two or maybe two people, would say, please remove me from the list. And that's all it took, and I never sent it out again to those
Hmm.
people because I thought everybody feels that way. I'm learning to,
Yeah. Well, the whole concept or myth of the overnight success exists everywhere, and although, but people market their success, they don't in their marketing they don't necessarily tell of the story of how they got there and where they started. And one of the fallacies of marketing that gets people excited, but it also can get them discouraged if they believe that they have to get that right off the bat, and it's not a process that you go through to get there.
but they say, I mean, I've seen so much of this. They
Hmm.
talk about how successful they are. I put my book out there and it was a bestseller overnight, but you don't find out that this person has been in marketing for 25 years. They've been
Yeah.
friends and colleagues with leading marketers who helped support their marketing
Yeah.
efforts when they were ready to get the book launched. They leave that part out and they make it sound like they were just an average person and went right from this no income average person to huge success. So I'm
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. Most people are like a 10-year overnight success
Right, and that's what it is. And then if I
on
see
the
it
journey.
that way, that's not
Yeah.
upsetting. Then I'll just put a few more pieces in place and a few more pieces. And now
Yeah.
working on the list, then I'll hire someone to do some more for me. And
Yeah.
I've been recently interviewed by David Ricklin, who's the founder of selfgrowth.com. It's a huge
Oh yeah.
site, lots of people.
Yeah.
And I asked him at one point, what's his secret to success? And he answered really honestly, making a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
I've
Well,
heard,
it's the taking action and getting yourself out there and putting your whole self out there that makes it happen.
and so
And
often people keep on taking trainings, keep on studying, and don't take those steps.
hmm
And you
yeah.
have to take it. And
Well, a lot of people don't believe for themselves that they could have the success that these other people are telling them is possible. And when it doesn't happen the first time they try, they're like, "Oh, I guess it doesn't work. I quit."
and that's where you need the mentors and the support.
Yeah.
People to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah. And people to kick your butt too.
People to keep you accountable.
Yes, that's a nicer way of saying it.
But it's true, very important.
It is all along the journey of living our dreams and being ourselves out there in the rest of the world. We need to have all of the pieces of the puzzle, all of the support structures in place there to help us. It's very few of us, unfortunately, that have the out of the gate have the inner momentum to just get going.
Well, Jack Canfield, I am studying his book now. I'm in another
Oh yeah,
mastermind called a Success Mastermind Group,
yeah,
where we are going through the success principles that Jack
yeah.
Canfield
Amazing book.
and I just forgot what I was going to say about the success principles. I just lost the train of thought. But he has a series of principles, and if you follow them, you write your goals, and you review those goals, and then I'm listening to Gene Houston, who talks about all of your senses. And if you
Mm-hmm.
imagine eating and tasting a delicious dinner with all these people that are supporting you in your wonderful goal that has already been accomplished. Just using all of your senses to imagine being at that place. So
Yeah.
I'm currently surrounding myself with success-oriented thinking and possibilities.
Wow. That's amazing. So that leads to one of my next questions. Like, how do you keep yourself on track for living your dreams? Like when things show up, like we just talked about, that could remind you that, hey, maybe I can't do this. I'm not sure if I'm the one to do this. So are those some of the things that you use on a daily basis or weekly basis to keep you focused and on the path?
Absolutely, because as I said, I can get so discouraged. There's this, the Art of Love teleseminar
Mm.
series coming out, and I'm saying, oh, I'm not one of those people speaking. There's John Gray, and wonderful. I listened to a little bit of the excerpts. It's wonderful. So
Yeah.
instead of feeling competitive, I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm realizing maybe next year I'll be one of them. So
Mm.
instead of resisting and thinking, oh, it's all taken already, I'm starting
Right.
to understand the peace that I provide that some of these others are not providing. And for me,
Mm.
it's that a lot of relationship experts are talking about what to do right now, how to make your relationship better, how to stop arguing, how to feel more love, all of the stuff you can do right now, which is wonderful. Except that if you come from a family where you didn't see that or learn that, and your
Right.
subconscious beliefs are something else, like a good man is like an abusive, tough guy who's not really
Mm.
loving. If that's what you view as masculinity, it's going to be very hard to be in a loving relationship with a loving person. But if you go through, which is coming out, my complete relationship system, which is developing. I mean, I have the pieces, it just has to be set up to be marketed, and I'm in the process of that. But if you go through that and you review your past and you really
Mm.
know where you come from, you don't have to be stuck in it anymore. Because when you
Yeah.
tell the truth to yourself about who I was, what my parents were like, what my parenting was like, what I'm lacking, what I need, then if someone tells you, you're insensitive, instead of getting all insulted, you've already looked at it and you say, you're right. I am insensitive in these ways. Maybe you can help me or teach me.
Mm.
And you can use your relationships to teach you how how to overcome so much that we all need to overcome. Practically nobody came from a family that was just all loving and all supportive and telling us go for your dreams. I mean, we
Yeah.
just parents weren't brought up that way, so how could they give that to us? But they did
Yeah.
give pieces of it, whatever they had learned. But we all have like these blind spots or areas that could use some training, some counseling, coaching. So we don't only need coaching and counseling to improve our businesses, we could also use it
Mm.
to improve our love lives,
Oh yeah.
relationships. And
Yeah.
it's all about relationships anyway.
Yep, the whole world is all about relationships and our relationship to each other and the world and the things around us.
And where do
It's an amazing thing.
we learn it as an infant and a child. Watch any child.
Mm.
And they're free, they're running around, but the way the parent handles the child and what they learn from everyone around them makes a huge difference. So if
Sure does.
later they're not as free as that.
Mm. It
So
sure does. Wow, it's been amazing how so many things have been happening and your life is expanding and continuing to expand. Sounds like you have some another new book coming out, a new product that's coming out. That's fantastic.
right.
It's amazing what happens when you share your dream with the rest of the world.
And it's all like on the verge of coming out. But
Yeah.
if it had happened a few years ago, it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't feel as ready, and I wouldn't have
Mm.
the support systems in place. Right now, I have support from many directions, people I can turn
Yeah.
to just to support and say, yeah, you go for it.
Awesome. We all need that. We all need that in our lives and on our journey.
And
So
I had one
it's
more
been.
comment about that, how much it helps. In one of my local mastermind groups, I had an issue going on with someone, a coach I was working with, and I needed to
Mhm.
change something. I had just done a whole recording and I needed to redo it. And I was hesitating about contacting this person and thinking, looking at this person as way up there and I'm down
Mhm.
here. And one of my partners in this just said to me very nonchalantly, why wouldn't you ask this person to redo it?
Hmm.
Just like that. To her, it was no big deal. Just go ask it. Just
Yeah.
her words saying that to me, it just made it so clear. There's
Hmm.
nothing to be afraid of. Just go ask. And I asked and it was redone. And it wasn't a problem. So
Awesome.
the
We worry so much about what other people might think. Even we worry about people that we don't even know of what they would think,
right.
and that makes it even harder. And
Funny.
when we look at ourselves from the outside and say, well, why are we doing that? We don't even know these people. Why are we worried about what they're going to say when we ask them something?
It's
Or
just
invite them somewhere, or whatever it is. It's amazing how we can get mixed up in those thoughts and in that thinking in our mind.
and they may be very happy to help you or
Yeah,
maybe want to hear what you have to say.
yeah. It's almost like we're being selfish by not asking them,
Mm-hmm.
and taking away the opportunity for them to be a gift to us.
Wow, that's beautiful. I like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Awesome. It's been so great to catch up with you. And one more question for you, since you've been through this journey of sharing and now living the life of your dreams. If there's someone else that was interested in doing that and thinking about doing that, what would you share with them about what one thing would you share with them about your experience that would help them make the decision if they're sitting on the fence or not quite sure whether they should do it or not?
What comes to me right now is that a lot of people are afraid to share their dream because it is not all clearly defined yet. You
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel like, oh, I don't want to put it out there that I'm going to teach this or do this or become this
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not this yet. But how do you become that? How do you get your book written? How
Mm-hmm.
do you get your seminars going? First, you put it out that this is my dream. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm planning to do. And just by saying it and putting it out there, you're going to attract people to support you to do it. So it's kind of the opposite. You put it
Yeah.
out before you really have it ready. Once you have the dream in place, you're starting to look for a new dream because you've
Yeah.
accomplished that dream. So it's really powerful to put your dream out there and let the chips fall where they may. If you don't create the dream, you put it out there, it doesn't happen, nobody's checking up on you. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
checked up on a single person whose dream I looked at and called them and said, well, why didn't you do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm too busy doing my own things. It's so funny. But we have that feeling like somebody's going to go, uh-oh, you didn't do it. But
Yeah, we have that feeling. I think we have so much judgment that we place on ourselves. It's to be able to start to undo that and move forward and make those things happen is one of the key first steps to living the life of your dreams.
I just thought of a wonderful interview that I listened to. I'm just not sure of her name. A Broadway actress was being interviewed. And she said something about, she teaches actors, potential actors, and she says, don't go into this to become famous or to get praise and
Mm-hmm.
accolades because you're going to get a tremendous amount of rejection and it's continuous. She said you go into it because you have passion,
Mm-hmm.
following your passion. So that's what I would say about the dream. You just follow your passion and let the steps unfold. And when you run into problems, then you find there's people out there ready to help. Coaches, mentors, technical people. Just reach out and get the help you need and just put it out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erica, for sharing and giving us an update on how you're living your dreams. So, If there's anybody else that would like to share their dreams and become part of the Share Your Dream Friday community, there's probably a place around this video that you can put in your name and email, and we'll get in contact and find a way to share your dreams with the world too. Take care, Erica. Thanks so much, and
Okay.
keep living your dreams.
Great talking to you.